Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I do want to talk about the injury updates of Frenkie De Jong and Pedri. And then later in the video, we're also going to be talking about how Ronald Koeman is taking all of these injuries, right? Because Ronald Koeman is the manager of Barcelona. He is the one that does want to play many players on the pitch. And the fact that we're seeing players like Frenkie De Jong and Pedri receive these type of injuries and to see them get them very frequently, it must be very frustrating. So Koeman does have a few words to say towards the medical team, which we are going to be discussing later down this video. And then lastly, we are going to be discussing the latest on Dembele's position at Barcelona, both his renewal and his fitness within the club. Again, all of this is going to be discussed within today's video. But before we go into that topic, I do want to talk about the OneFootball app. The OneFootball app is considered as the best football app you could find within the App Store when it does come to the latest player news, team stats, player stats, any tournament that you do want to follow. It is all compact within the OneFootball app. And for those of you guys who are in the UK, you guys would also be able to see La Liga highlights if you guys are following either FC Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Valencia, Real Sociedad. If you guys are in the UK, you would be able to see those teams' highlights. And again, all of this is going to be compact within the OneFootball app. The link is going to be down in the description box down below. By clicking that link, you guys would also be able to support this YouTube channel. But now let's get back into the video. So let's first start with Frenkie De Jong and Pedri, because look, we have had some after effects after the match against Real Madrid, because we have heard so many reports on different players receiving some sort of discomfort, some injuries, and one of them was Frenkie De Jong. These injuries at Barcelona just do not stop. Barcelona always gain a player that has returned, but they end up losing another. Like 1 week ago, I was just talking about how this team is finally coming back. They're becoming stronger than ever, and for the first time, Ronald Koeman is finally going to be having a full healthy squad. But that only lasted for about 2 or 3 days. And to have a full squad in this Barcelona club, and especially at this time during this season, it is very important, because this is what brings the longevity within Barcelona. This is what gives the options to Ronald Koeman in order for him to start different starting 11s, different formations. So when it comes to Frenkie De Jong, it does say here, according to Barcelona, it is official that Frenkie De Jong has suffered a hamstring strain, and his expected time to be off from the squad list is going to be around 7 to 10 days. Now, it has been reported before that Frenkie actually received some hamstring discomfort before he even went to the match to play against Real Madrid, but then we found out that the team, Barcelona, the medical staff, they decided for Frenkie De Jong to actually play in this game. They gave him the green light. They have said that it is completely okay, go ahead. And I understand that they have made this decision. I think that it is irresponsible, first of all, but I understand that the staff coming from Koeman and the staff from the medical team came into an agreement that Frenkie De Jong should be playing in this game, because he is a very important player, and it's very difficult for us to play very well when Frenkie De Jong is not on the game. So Frenkie will be missing 2 matches, which will be against Rayo Vallecano and Alaves, and there could be a potential match that he could be missing, which could be against Dynamo Kiev. Now look, this is a huge loss, regardless if many people do think that Frenkie De Jong has not been playing at his absolute best. Like, I understand that he has been in poor form. I understand that he has been playing almost like if he was non-existent on the field. I really do understand that. But even with Frenkie not playing at his best, he is still one of the best players on the pitch. We know that he can give a lot more, and just because he's going through this little downfall, through this poor form, that does not mean that he should stop playing. He should continue to play until he finds that form that he was once in. Like, now I do understand why Frenkie was off on the field on the 77th minute up against Real Madrid. It is because he has encountered some sort of discomfort. But that is just irresponsible, right? To know that he went into this game knowing that the medical team and the coaching staff knew that he was injured, they knew that he was not going to give his 100%, because the only outcome that it had was to give Frenkie De Jong an even worse injury than before. But now let's move on towards Pedri, because it does say here, according to Javi Miguel, that Pedri hasn't suffered a relapse, but his recovery isn't going as fast as planned. His workload and recovery process will be slowed down, and he could be out for around 3 more weeks. So he is destined to miss around 4 to 5 matches. It really sucks to hear this, because Pedri is a starter for FC Barcelona. He is one of the solutions for this club. In order for this club to play well on the field when they are facing a low block, Pedri is that solution. But here's the thing, when it comes to replacing Pedri on the field in the starting 11, there are also solutions for that too. Like, please do not tell me that Koeman is going to find it extremely hard to replace Pedri in these next 4 to 5 matches, because we have players like Riqui Puig, Coutinho, Sergio Roberto, who are all very capable to replace this player. Now, do I believe that they're all going to be having the same outcome and the same output like Pedri's? No, but I do think that many of these players can have the same effect in terms of creativity, and especially with Riqui Puig. Like, if you were to ask me, is Riqui Puig a better creator than Pedri? Yes, I would really say yes, because Riqui Puig is a player that knows exactly when to release the ball. He knows exactly when to switch play. He knows exactly when to make it through ball, how to work between the lines. Puig is a much better creator than Pedri. So I do think that Barcelona is positioned, and they should feel very fortunate that they are positioned in this way. They should not even be worrying about Pedri's loss because they have so many players that can take his position. But in the end, this is going to be my conclusion. It's very frustrating to hear that Frenkie and Pedri are going to be missing the next 4 to 5 matches. We don't know how long they're going to be out for. Maybe the injury does evolve much better. And I can understand Koeman's frustration because Koeman has also shown his frustration towards the medical team, which we are going to get into next, because this is what Ronald Koeman did earlier yesterday, according to Javier Miguel, and I quote, "Ronald Koeman got in touch with the club's medical staff earlier today to discuss how quite a few players have been injured lately, relapses, slow recoveries. The coach has urged the staff to find solutions to do better and find the solutions towards these problems." Now look, I don't know how this club does operate. I just do not know how this club makes decisions when it comes to a player returning back into the pitch. But again, what really does bother me the most about this whole thing is to hear that Pedri and Frenkie were basically forced back onto the field. Like, Pedri has received an injury that took him out for a good while, and the fact that he came back and got re-injured again, it frustrates me the most. Frenkie De Jong, the fact that he went into this game against Real Madrid knowing that Frenkie was injured, knowing that he already had some sort of discomfort in his hamstring, and to see him still play and being forced into the starting 11, that is what really does bother me the most. And that is why I get very nervous when it comes to Ansu Fati. Like, I just feel like the staff do not know how to slowly integrate a player back onto the field. Like, I want Ansu Fati to stay 100%. Like who knows? What if Ansu Fati is not 100%? What if he's not fully recovered? Because of what we have been seeing with this medical team historically. And so this medical team does have to take a huge responsibility. I understand that many might say that, oh no, it's Koeman's fault because Koeman decides to put Pedri 90% of the time. He could have put Ricky Puig and so forth. I understand that many might be frustrated, but I think that as a collective, Koeman, the medical staff, everyone, even the executives, they should all be taking responsibility for what's been going on with these players. Because look, Piqué, Ansu, Frenkie, they have all been reported that they have received some sort of discomfort after the match against Real Madrid. Braithwaite, Araujo, they're all injured right now. Jordi Alba, he went into a game, and I do not even remember which game was it, but Jordi Alba went into a game where after the match, it was reported that Alba was playing with a fever, and he has also encountered 2 injuries throughout this season. And then when it comes to Alejandro Balde, he has also had another injury on his ankle. So I don't know what's going on here. I have no idea how they're going to be fixing the situation, but the fact that Koeman has placed more pressure into the medical team, the medical staff, that is a very great thing to see, because this does have to stop. Now let's move on towards Dembele and talk about the latest when it does come to the renewal and the fitness. Starting with the fitness, and it does say here, according to Javier Miguel, only a matter of days before Dembele returns. He has received the okay from the doctors who operate him some months back, and his return now depends entirely on what and when the club decides to do. So his return is going as expected. I think that they should be testing this player to see how much his body could take, maybe do some sort of test run, and they just overall do have to be very careful because many of us do not want to see Dembele get injured again. I know that there's going to be people in the comment sections basically saying that, why do you still count on Dembele? Why do you even care if Dembele is injured? He's only going to get injured again. But many of you guys have to remember that in the previous season, he went 1 full season without encountering not a single injury. Not one. Dembele is much more committed to the game than many do expect him to be, and the results are there. Now let's move on towards the renewal of Dembele, because I think that this is also another very important factor on how Dembele is going to be playing on the pitch, because it does say here, according to Moises Llorens, talks between Barcelona and Dembele's camp over a renewal have intensified greatly in recent weeks, and some meetings are scheduled. They have been considered to be a very decisive meeting to reach a final result. Barcelona is putting pressure in order to avoid losing this player for free. So again, we have heard reports before that Dembele's contract renewal is getting very complicated. It was getting very difficult to reach an agreement. I have no idea on why that's the case. Could it be because of the demands that Dembele is asking for? Could it be the length of the contract? Who knows? But here's going to be my opinion when it comes to Dembele and Barcelona and his future overall, right? His career. I want Dembele to be healthy and to be renewed with Barcelona. And I know that many people can eye with this type of opinion. And let me tell you why. Why do you think Ronald Koeman places Dest on the right wing, right? Why do you think he does that? Why do you think Koeman favors an athletic winger on the right wing area? Why do you think every time a right winger is playing on that field, whether it's Dest or Dembele or whoever it may be, why do you think those players come out with great results? Why do they always seem like they are the most efficient ever since Ronald Koeman did take over Barcelona? Like, why do you think that Dest is being chosen to play on the right wing over Yusuf Demir and Alex Collado? Well, that is because Ronald Koeman wants a profile on the right wing area where they can't play as a wide winger and play centrally, right? Cut in and to distribute those crosses and most importantly, beat you on a 1v1. Dembele is exactly that player. This is why Dest is being favored to start on the right wing area. Can you imagine what Dembele could do when he is healthy and he is under Koeman on the right wing area? Like whatever Koeman does want to do, right? I'm just going to let what Koeman does want to do, because I think that if Koeman is going to continue with this, then we should come out with a different plan, whether it's a 4-4-2, 3-5-2, 5-3-2 with a mid block. If that's really going to be the case, then Dembele is going to be a very important player for Barcelona. Actually, regardless whether Koeman is here or not, because Dembele is going to be needed when we are in a mid-low block. We're going to be wanting to go on a counter-attack after we do receive the ball, after the opposition loses the ball. We want to go on a counter-attack. We have been seeing that. That is Koeman's system. We want to go in a counter-attack, take on the spaces, and Dembele is exactly what's needed in order to take those spaces and go on the counter. So under Koeman's system, Dembele is very important. This is why Koeman wants to see Dembele return as soon as possible. And let me tell you guys one more thing. For those of you guys who really do like Sergio Aguero, for those of you guys who are fans of Sergio Aguero like me, right? I love Sergio Aguero. You know who's going to really benefit off of Dembele's return? That is going to be Sergio Aguero. Sergio Aguero needs a right winger or a left winger, whatever it may be, but most importantly, he needs a right winger that knows exactly how to cross into the box. How do you think Sergio Aguero scored that goal inside the box against Real Madrid? It is because of what Serginho Dest did on the right flank. Can you imagine if Dembele were there? Can you imagine if Dembele comes back and he continues to put out those type of crosses into the box in order for Sergio Aguero to find those goals? He needs service, and Dembele could do that. Just imagine Serginho Dest doing what he does in his A game, but he knows exactly how to score. He knows exactly how to put the ball into the net. That is Dembele. So many of us should look forward towards Dembele's return. It's going to be very interesting to see just how this Barcelona does function once we do have this player back. Maybe we can go with a 3-5-2 or a 4-4-2. I would love to see, right? I would love to see a 4-3-3 with the midfield being Gavi, Coutinho, and Busquets, and then the front three could be Dembele on the right wing, Memphis Depay as a striker, and Ansu Fati on the left. We could see that. Or maybe in a 3-5-2, we could see a midfield of Gavi on the left, Coutinho, Sergio Roberto, and Busquets in the middle, and then on the right flank, we could see someone like Serginho Dest, and then up top, we could see a front two of Ansu Fati and Dembele. There are so many things that you can do, because if Koeman does decide to play in a 3-5-2 and sit back and wait for the opposition to lose the ball, can you imagine what we could do with Ansu Fati and Dembele as the strikers, as the front two of the 3-5-2 system? Can you imagine that? It would be a great thing to see. But that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona daily news. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.